Let's get started. Alright guys, welcome back for another review. We got the Dallas Fuel taking on the Chengdu Hunters. This is the first round of the upper bracket, like the first matches that were played. We're gonna see, this was an interesting storyline, right? Because everyone was like, are the Hunters going to be able to counter the Dallas Fuel because the Dallas Fuel don't have a hit scan? I assumed that Dallas Fuel were gonna go with the idea of speed, using the need for speed, that they were just going to play like the Lucio Moira and like run at the Hunters if they decide to play the Pharah. I think I was to some degree right. I can't 100% remember this series. There's been so much Overwatch since then. But yeah, so we're gonna watch this series. I'm gonna spoil it right here for you right now. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, don't it. Dallas Fuel win 3-1. Pretty convincingly as well. I don't think there was too much, like, Hunters had a little bit of resistance, but for the most part, I think Fuel were pretty confident heading into this series. So spoiled. How dare you? So yeah, let's break this down. It was interesting how they played Jinmu, Leave, and Jerry. Jinmu, Leave, and Jimmy. Sorry, Jerry lives rent free in my mind. I think I like the way that they do it. Like, Jinmu comes out when they want to play this like weird ass shit. Jimmy comes in to play the hit scan, and Leave just plays whatever the fuck they need him because Leave's OP. So we're gonna see the Tracer Sombra. We saw a lot more of this as the weekend went on, this Tracer Sombra stuff with the Lucio Moira. And I think this is them expecting the Pharah from the Chengdu Hunters. And the reason you play the Lucio Moira is it means that you can play as like a group unit that just like heals each other. And you can stay very self-sustainable. And they can't isolate any targets, right? Like the Pharah can't isolate anyone very well. So you just play faster. And as you can see, like, I think Dallas are getting ready to go. They're gonna try and find Monk. But they can also just live on the point permanently because they have so much sustain. And this is the problem with Pharah comps that generally exists, is if you lose the first fight or you lose control, it takes you a very long time to kill everybody and get control back on the point. It's usually like barrages or big dives that really get the value. So great boot by Gaga on a Fearless. But you can just see, like, Jinmu just can't get enough value fast enough because of the way that the Dallas Fuel are playing, right? Like, where he's got 50% ultra, he's getting kills here and there, but it's not enough to close out the fight, and that is the issue with the Pharah. And I think we're actually going to see Jinmu switch. And this is why I think a lot of people were like, oh, the Pharah comps are going to be too oppressive for the Fuel without a hit scan. I just don't think that's the answer, and I think Fuel solved that problem very well. I think, also, as soon as Jinmu went on the Torb, I was a little worried for these guys. I don't think Torb is the pick or the solution to this comp from the Fuel, but we'll see. Yo, Vix, thank you for the 2-month private sub as well. So Coalescence engage, it's just too much damage with the Coalescence having the advantage. Good coordination, the only real big ult that they used was the Coalescence, and they get the fight win for it. And now we're at 60%, right? And here's the risk of running Pharah comps, is when you run these Pharah comps, oh my god, did Doha just like run into a mine post that? The problem with these Pharah comps, if they don't work up the first round, you just lose. Alright, Doha. Oh man, you say I'm bad with mines. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Wait. He hits that mine. Ah, that's great. I did not see that. That's Doha's fucking pissed, dude. Alright, well now Hunters get an engage without the Sombra being here. That's actually so unfortunate for Dallas, because if they had the EMP here, like, Hunters literally can't even walk forward here. But hey, you take those. Gaga, 9 million IQ. Beat engage. The timing of this beat engage is perfect. We've seen a lot of these through the weekend, and I think a lot of people, feels like the beat engage coming back with these really fast comp tempos were used a little weirdly. Like, this is how you should use a beat comp, right? Like, instead of beating like 3, 2, 1, I'm jumping now, like, you don't use it right there. You wait for him to get flashed, Fearless gets a little low, and then you go boom. Now you go. Now everyone can go, and you get maximum effectiveness out of this beat. The EMP is perfectly timed as well. And that's just fucking clean. Like, how do you beat that if you're the Hunters? Like, you really need to rely on Fuel fucking that up, and they just didn't. Lip takes some notes, yeah. And Doha's EMPs are one of the reasons that I think a lot of people rate Doha so well, is Doha very rarely botches these EMPs. Like, he charges pretty well. He's not as flashy and doesn't get him as fast, but I think he's just clean. Like, he just has clean Sombra, and I'll go clean Sombra over Lip Sombra.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's the point of the Torb? The point of the Torb is to make it very heavily counter dive, right? Is you all of a sudden you had this big counter dive strategy with the Torb and the turret that's always shooting. The problem is they could never get out the door because I think they should have gone main instead of going through that hallway, because I think that just enables the Dallas comp. So once again, we're gonna see Jinmu Farah. Monk goes down because he doesn't have much pocketing. Jinmu, like, look at the damage he has here. Like, just in this fight, he has 70% ult charge, right? Like, he's already getting a way more value. Lip, Tracer, and Ash were actually unreal. Yeah, Lip's incredible. Don't get me wrong. Like, we like to meme Lip's EMPs, but he's still fucking insane at the game. Dude's actually insane. Which just makes you wonder how he can't work out how to EMP. He plays everything at such a high level, such a talented player, yet somehow he just can't work out how to use an EMP. It's actually just a paradox that I've never understood. Why did Jinmu barrage? Because he'll get another one. He ain't afraid of nobody. Literally, barrage, if you can get any value out of a barrage, you should just go for it. Because very rarely you're going to be able to get value. I feel like Lip only looks to get 1 to 2 players so he can collapse on them. Yeah, but even then, like, sometimes he, like, I don't mind going for, like, solo or, like, individual EMPs. But he just goes for them at the wrong times, without any teamwork, without any value. Leave EMP hits 2, much better EMP from Doha. Even gets slept, actually. Let's go back and look. Let's look at this monk sleep. Sorry, I actually went too far. Oh, I'm going backwards, that's why. Too far. Yeah, Doha does solo EMPs very well.
You're covered.
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
I thought he hit a big sleep there. Did I go far back? Am I stupid? This is the fight I wanted. Yeah, but that's unrelated. Fucking hell. I was like, this doesn't look like the fight before at all. So there's the EMP. Oh, the EMP wasn't, the sleep wasn't as insane as I was hoping it would be. Monk has been very impressive to me this season so far. I don't agree with that nano. Yeah, I don't like that nano at all. Alright, let's go back to the Jinmu Farah. So many nano divas this melee, and I hate it as well. Like, I don't think there's a great target, but like, he could have easily just saved it for the Farah. I think it was just a waste of an EMP. Like, I don't hate nanoing diva, I just think it's like, so easy to get no value like you just saw, right? I feel like I don't like how close Jinmu is here. Gaga kinda gets caught. Oh, the barrage, not bad. Oh, this is what I want to see this from Jinmu perspective. He's like, I lost him. He's still on him. Fearless followed him the whole way. Look at this. Just so you can see his perspective of what happens here. Jinmu thinks he loses him. You never lose, Fearless. Fearless is always coming for you. I swear he has an extra jump. Like, I swear to God he has an extra jump over everyone else in the game. The Moira Blug.
See you
What?
later.
Leave?
Beacon I'm over here. Apagando las luces.
Oh, okay, solo EMP on Fearless, not the worst. Yeah, pretty good value from the team. Like, that's a pretty good solo EMP there, right? You take those. Leave just leaving? Oh my god. The puns, no. And this was expected to be a pretty good map for, I think the only thing that I would have liked from Fuel, like, I don't think they win with this Winston comp. I think the best way that they could have won this map is if they played, like, the Mei Symmetra Brawl. You know what I mean? If they played, like, Lucio Bap, it may be Lucio Moira with, like, Ryan... With, like, Ryan, Mei, Symmetra, I honestly think they could have just, like, consolidated point and made it really hard for the Hunters to contest and just gain percentage that way. But I don't think with the Winston they were ever going to win that. Surprised they didn't. It's the typical rank. It's just very annoying to deal with as a Pharah, and why you don't see a lot of people play Pharah on that point. Because what happens is you can't get enough damage, and you can't... Because it's such a small choke, it's so hard to peek and get that damage in.
Acknowledged.
That's why I have 75% win rate on Zompol, yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3.
Part 3 was interesting from what I remember. Yeah, I don't remember this point. I honestly don't remember this game that much. There's been so many games that have happened. I'm trying to remember what happened in the series. Oh, good hack on a Gaga. Oh, I remember this. The hack followed up by Jexay Lucio. Woo-wee. That was sick. I remember Blizzard World. Oh, actually, I do remember Blizzard World as well, actually, yeah.
The objective is now.
Need to stop slamming shoeies. What? Just when you watch as many Overwatch maps as I do, they all start to blend together. I remember getting tilted off the face of the Orisa ball comp. The Orisa ball comp is just very... yeah, it opens up a lot of questions. So Jinmu goes down again. And this is just the Lucio Moira just being so oppressive. And this whole fight just resides off the fact that their first fight was so trash, right? And they also have to switch a bunch of their heroes, so now we have Gaga on the Winston instead of the Wrecking Ball. So that's essentially a free fight for Dallas because they just used the Coalescence, the only ultimate that they have. Like, Hunters don't have a clean way of engaging into this fight. Feel dominated this round? Yeah. And they're going super early. I remember this being a controversial topic. I can't remember who was... I think it's someone who's casting it, but I don't hate this EMP here. I don't like that they EMP'd and primaled. It feels like they didn't have enough... Like, they could have done it later. At the end of the day, they did clean up, but it's two big ultimates for not a whole lot, right? So... So good to see Fielder not play on 200 ping, yeah. So I don't know how I feel about that. That was very expensive for fuel. But... It's a teamfight win is a teamfight win, right? Bren said it on broadcast? Yeah. It's not awful. I just don't think it's optimal. So now they have a beat Diva Bomb against all the ults that Chengdu has. They're actually split up. They're Moira Winston are over here. Lucio's over here. I think they're trying to spread out from the EMP. I feel like Fielder's just going to get himself isolated, right? That was smart by Fielder to hold his fade. So he eventually gets it. He gets his Coalescence. Wow, he actually just outplayed the shit out of Gaga. That was actually sick by Fielder. Hi, dude. Nano Cowboy. Electric Cowboy. On, from Leave. Gets hacked. And then a beat engage. on the way out. I actually really like that beat engage again from Jexay. Oh my god, Elsa is playing with fire on that edge. Alright. Hunters did get the fight in the end though. I think that rally armor coming in clutch and just being able to consolidate on the point. How are you supposed to play split to avoid EMP but also getting isolated? That is the question. That is the question, best stuff on earth. Yeah, it's like a fine balance where you need to be able to help each other so you don't just get caught and like die to the fear of the EMP, but also not too close so that you all get EMP'd and then you just lose like a free fight, right? Yeah, the Hunters did have to invest a whole lot of ults for that, right? And now you have Fearless Primal again and Doha EMP coming up. And that's the value of doing what they did, right? Oh, great individual hack onto Gaga. Super smart play by Doha, getting that individual hack onto Gaga. Jumps in, gets the EMP. I was honestly, they did a pretty good job of living. Oh, okay, except for Nisha, who just gets booped into the pit. But this is just textbook play by Fuel in the first and third round. I think on the second round, I don't think their comp was very good, but pretty textbook play everywhere else.
Victory.
I think Gaga primals alone so often. I do know what you mean. I think Gaga's Winston, I think, was probably... Thank you very much, money. I think he really struggled at certain times on the Winston. I think he's way better on the bowl. He just looks more comfortable on the ball, so I'm looking forward to breaking it down a little bit more, but I agree. I don't think Gaga gets anywhere near as much value, especially with his primals, because I feel like he's trying to do too much, you know? Extreme Zaza, thank you very much, 100 bits. Don't mind me. Just want to hear the thank you for money line. Oh, God. Thank you for money line is going to haunt me for the rest of time.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
I'll take it over Among Winston, and ain't that the truth, right?
Hello there. Hello.
I started hating watching TCP this season, yeah. And I think a lot of people who don't play the game a lot, or not at a super high level, they're just casual spectators, don't understand why people hate 2CP so much. The biggest issue will and forever be that 2CP is, I think, it's the map with the biggest discrepancy where the better team will not always win. It is like defined by like these really weird things of like, hey, you killed this guy super early, so you rush to point, but then because he comes back with ultimate, you guys lose and stuff like that. On like second points is just like the worst feeling ever. And it's just a really bad spectator thing because it feels like the offensive team is always getting like gypped, right? So we're gonna see the Fuel play the Echo Sombra. Sparkle Echo is actually fucking filthy. I remember watching this here and I'm surprised they don't play more of it. We also have the Jimmy Widow as well. Thank you very much for money. Shark Bait Dave with 100 bits. That's your fault. You had a perfectly good step on me, which could get a bunch of bit donors if you played Resident Evil 8. Oh my god, the Resident Evil hate hype is real. So let's see how Dallas get into this point. I like that they don't go left. So, alright, so what do you guys think of this? So let's break it down. Wrecking Ball Orisa. Why are they playing Wrecking Ball Orisa? The Orisa is able to stay on the high ground for free and is able to be that frontline tank. Kind of being played like Sigma, right? But why don't they just play Sigma? Sigma's just better, I think, than an Orisa. Right? Because I understand not wanting to play a D.Va because you want that pseudo tank, or the Xayah because it's too exploitable, but like, the Orisa just feels like you should play Sigma 100% of the time, and people do, and it's not a problem, but the Orisa just, it feel like all of your synergy just doesn't exist with anybody, right? Like, your pulls, nobody can really line them up, like, obviously the ball can slam, but I don't think pull slam is, like, super valuable. The slam, like, radius is pretty big as it is. But also, like, Orisa is, like, I think, misleadingly squishy. Everyone thinks that Orisa is hella strong because when you fortify, you're like unkillable, but it's so easy to die when you're not fortified, especially against like an Echo, right? So I just don't get it. And like, the Orisa's never really a threat to anybody as well. Unlike a Sigma, right, who can do a lot of damage. Gaga literally just fed. That was bad. That was... There needs to be follow-up from anybody else when Gaga does this. If he's gonna go for a sick 5-man slam, I don't even think this is Gaga's fault. The slam was sick. Somebody else needs to do something somewhere at some point. Literally nobody helps him. They don't heal him. They don't hit any shots. Elsa's just look at the Elsa pop during this slam. Look at Elsa help. I'm peppering them, don't worry. I got covering fire. And they just take this for almost free. And then yeah, Elsa they literally just run past Elsa. Just go to point. They're like, ah shit, Elsa's over here. Yeah, we should kill this guy. Just come up here and kill him. Alright, sweet, that was a good job, guys. Just dono wall Elsa. Legitimately feels like that. Wish we could just answer an answer, yeah. Alright, Monk dies late. Doesn't really matter because of the fast spawns. Has Jimmy killed anyone on the Widow yet? I don't think so, right? He definitely needs to switch off Widow though now. Time to switch, Jimmy. Alright, there you go. Alright, Jimmy Sombra. Oh, Sparkle gets done. He just did. Oh, he got filter. But it didn't matter, right? Chengdu all main melee needed to play more D.Va, yeah. I wonder, do you think they don't play Elsa D.Va because he's not that good at it? Because I think Elsa's been pretty impressive on the Xayah. I think his D.Va though, it's been okay. I'm trying to remember if I remember anything memorable about it. Maybe it's his style, yeah. So yeah, I remember I never used to be happy with it, but I think I remember thinking his D.Va was okay. Like it's been very much serviceable so far. So I actually like this. I actually hate that Niche is still on Mercy, by the way. I don't think Niche should be on Mercy. He needs to get to the Brig, I think, at this point, especially when you're playing on the defense. So the copy forces out the rally. I think you definitely take that, especially with how far back Fuel is. Fearless goes in pretty much alone and Primals. Gets hacked. Is in a lot of Frowny Town. He's just dead, yeah. He's just dead, yeah. He's just dead. He's just dead. He's just what? Hello? He's dead. We got him. We got him. Alright, we're good. Fearless is pretty good at the game though, guys. In case you didn't— oh, Sparkle. In case you guys didn't know, Fearless is pretty good at the game. The Nano D.Va strikes again, I swear to God, guys. We're gonna— oh, okay, Valley. Alright, actually, Valley. I don't know how Fearless lived for that long. That's ridiculous, how that he lived for that long. Playing like the Immortal Hulk, dude. Fearless just doesn't die. Can we go back and watch the Fearless pop? I don't think we missed much. He was just hacked. It's just ridiculous that he lived.
Ready for battle.
You need to give up 5k of your channel points for that hot take that Fearless is good. Ah, sorry. How ridiculous of me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boosting attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I got you. Watch the healers here. You want to see healers pop? All right, let's get a fielder pop. Oh, oh, that actually looked like it was about to be enormous, but I think it hit a bottle. All right, let's get fielder pop. Okay, we'll see how fielder. How did he get up here? sim TP? Did they sim TP him out? This is an old school strat. Ah, old school strat. Interesting.
Ready.
I like it, I like it. People don't do this very often, but I like that they got it back up here. People stopped doing this because people started playing so much hit scan that like it's literally just so too dangerous to play up here. But I guess with the expectation that hunters probably aren't gonna play a hit scan, then you play fielder up here. I feel like if you're gonna play Widow, here's where you'd play Widow a little bit. If you play Widow on Jimmy, I think that forces the engage from the fuel a little bit more and stops Fielder from being able to play up here, right? Like Fielder's literally just playing fucking Kovacs. Oh, that's big. Oh, he hit the back line. Oh god. Oh god, Fielder hit a shot. Oh, you got the nano. Fielder's kind of whiffed this. I think he drops if they go Widow, yeah. That sleep's so hopeful. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, they found Jack's 8. This is fine. How do you feel to get up there? You can sim TP him up. In warm-up, you can sim TP someone up. Fielder screaming, get out of the room! Get out of there! They're coming! It's about to explode! Go, go, go! And Jack says like, this is fine. I'm in danger. Solo EMP onto Fearless from Jimmy. Unfortunately, Fearless is just built differently. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It's a good idea if Fearless just doesn't instantly go. Oh god. Doha, no! Dude, Doha has no chill. Alright. Dive though, yeah, it was actually so good. That was really good primal by Doha. Like, the counter engage with the Echo Primal was actually so smart by Doha. That literally just took all the pressure off of Fearless and made that EMP essentially redundant. DPS Primal tier list. No more tier lists. I don't want people tweeting at me. It'd probably be Sparkle who tweet at me again. Is Hans ever coming back from Valorant? I would be surprised if he did. I don't know, we'll see. Overwatch 2 might bring a couple of people back, but who knows. Fearless Nano. I really don't like this grab. Like, this grab is never going to hit the backline. Best case scenario, it hits one of your tanks. As much as Fearless gets popped out of it, he's gonna get into it again. Like, all it's gonna do is hit the tanks. Fielder and Hanbin both have their ultimates. Like, best case scenario, it forces out their ultimates. Fielder hits an enormous nade. But... right, like, as I said, like, best case scenario, it just forces the ult out. Gaga gets slapped. They do punish Fearless, though. So with the rally, they get away with it. Wait, how does this happen? Is it just too many ults from Chengdu? Yeah, I think it's just too many ults. Fearless gets hacked in the room. Rally, grab, primal, echo ult. Okay. Elsa. What? Hello? He thinks he has bubble. I think he thinks he has bubble, so he runs into it, but he's like 1 second away, so it blows up. Holy shit, Elsa. Oh my god, that is actually such a throw. Because they're probably trying to heal him during that. Oh god. It might have been hard regardless of that, but yeah, that definitely could have cost them. That cost them a lot. Yikes. Harmon goes to Xayah. I actually like the Xayah. I think in a very linear maps when you're playing this Winston bubble, I think the Xayah is actually really valuable. Because the bubble gets thing, and there's no higher grounds to utilize, right, as a diva, so I think the Xayah is just like pretty good. It's quite the oopsie, yeah. It's an expensive oopsie. Oh, Jimmy? What? He just double clicked it. He just double clicked it. Why did you double click it? Did someone shoot it? Oh!
Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
He's not even shooting at anybody. He doesn't even know what he's shooting at. Oh my god, that's so unlucky. That's so unlucky. Jimmy's fucking molding. Yo, Sharkbait with the 2-year resub. So this just popped up. 2 years of throws and bows. Hey, throws and bows. Everyone loves the throws and bows. So they're actually going to continue. Why do they re-engage for this? So Fearless goes in. Oh, the Nano is valuable, yeah. That's actually such a good value. Nano for Gaga. Great peel by Dallas.
Winston.
Yeah, the peel by Dallas, that's not even on Gaga. Like, I think Gaga did the best he possibly could. But yeah, well played by Dallas. Managing to keep Jexay alive somehow. Hanbin is so good, yeah. I think Hanbin is very underrated. And I think one of the underrating factors about Hanbin is he's very good at every off-tank. Like, not every player off-tank has every hero at like such a good level, while Hanbin has them all at very high levels, so. What? Wait, what happens here? So Nisha bashes in, rallies. Oh, he realized at the last second, but he jumped. He realized at the last second, but he jumped. And because he jumps, it hits his feet. That seems sad. Hit the toes. Break shield does suck. It really does suck. Grabbed by like, well, guys. So here's what happens. Nisha rallies to try and recover the dive. Dies to the pulse bomb, and Elsa, and they lose leave. And you know what Elsa's thinking? He's like, you know what? This is the fight we're gonna win. What? Oh, Elsa. That was a big old throw by the hunters. B9man, thank you for the 39 months. What up? Yo, thank you for the 39 months. Isn't Valorant falling apart? I don't know, never played it. I think Valorant's doing very well right now. Valorant is doing very well. They have their first major LAN happening in Iceland in a couple of weeks. You guys should check it out. As much as we're all Overwatch fans, you should go check out other esports, because esports is cool, and it's going to be a really cool LAN event. So, For the same reason you should watch Worlds, and the same reason you should watch Overwatch League Finals, even if you don't like Overwatch, because it is really cool to see esports. And I think Valorant's actually doing the best it's ever done, because they actually have esports games going on for a very competitive game. So we get an EMP by Jimmy. We get an EMP by Jimmy. He solo EMP. Oh, well, he hits Hanbin as well, but he tries to solo EMP Fearless. That's another bad EMP. It's just, it's kind of the same thing with the Elsa grab earlier, is if you just hit the tanks, it gives the supports the ability to peel for them, right? And like, they just peel for Hanbin. So all of a sudden, they don't get the value out of that EMP. Like, engaging with an EMP is very rarely a good thing to do because it's just so hard to get value out of it, right? Alright, they manage to get a few. Leave gets a sick pulse bomb onto Hanbin, then gets another pulse bomb. Wait, okay, let's just watch that. That sounds sick. Sticks Hanbin. Sticks Fearless. Yo, that's actually sick. Oh, I love that rally by Jexay. Literally, it's not even a good high value rally. It's more of a like a, fuck you, I have a ton of armor. Stay away from me, bitch. And I like that. Like, I think that, like, that literally stops the hunters from taking any space because he hits the rally. As much as he literally gets no value from it, it literally gives them enough time to, like, to just, like, slow down and, like, reset. Yeah, don't you dare touch this point on my son ever again. Oh, that's how you grab. Oh, baby, that's how you grab. That's a great grab by Hanbin.
Team killed. 10 seconds.
I love that. Jimmy, what? You're Jimmy. Backs against the wall. 10 seconds left in the game. We have to close the distance to point. Time to go, McCree. Oh, I will win it for us, guys. Don't worry, I'll get there. Ah, shit. Got the Winston though.
Victory.
Didn't want to fuck up his win rates. That's true. Heard McGravy talk about this a lot, but Hanzo. Yeah, Hanbin Zai has been very good. I think his grabs, I agree with McGravy that his grabs, I think, are the thing that sets him apart from others. His grabs are just so smart. He always has very good grabs. He had some awkward ones. Is this in the opening weekend that I was thinking about? Was it Hanbin or am I thinking of someone else? Am I thinking of Fury? He had some, maybe it was him who had some awkward ones where he was just like return grabbing, but he just, the coordination that him and Sparkle have with that pulse bomb and the grab, you can tell it's very well coordinated and very well thought out. Well, you know how some others eyes, they just seem to fucking yeet that shit? Opening weekend of Hanbin was rough, yeah. And like some people just, some eyes just fucking throw that shit and then just like that, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but yeah.
Ready for battle.
Hey, you gotta take the good with the bad, Dallas fans. Here we go. Good with the bad.
Sometimes it doesn't want to change.
Here we go. Double shield by the Hunters. I'm surprised Hunters didn't play more of this going further into the tournament. They actually looked really good on it. It looks so oppressive, but I also don't really know what the fuck happened to the fuel, so let's have a look at this. I don't feel so good, yeah. McGravy's an off-tank player, yeah, and that's it. Like, McGravy has a much better understanding of what Isaiah should and shouldn't be doing as well, right? So.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective.
Alright, Doha translocating in.
Easy out. Let's get the job done.
Dog, oh, that's right. I remember what Doha does here. Yeah, it's... You gotta take the good with the bad. Leave is Legolas. More of the story is Leave is an elf.
See that which is unseen.
Did you see that the tweet that Monk has 2 M's in his name as a tribute to Jonak? Okay, guys, I understand everyone wants to be like Jonak, okay? But all I'm saying, as from a caster perspective, it is a lot harder to say your names because then all of a sudden we think, should I call you Monk or Monk or that kind of stuff? We got Chengdu, we got Monk, we got Jonak. It's just, come on. Mamunkathan. Oh! How do Dallas trying to... Pigiggy? So here's what I'm confused about with Fuel, is they don't try and take any space. They don't try and take any space anywhere. Like, I'm surprised they don't get their Tracer Sombra back here, right? Like, well, I don't understand why Dallas... Oh, okay, no, well, never mind. Well, then why does it go wrong? I thought they were just engaging from the front, so... I think Sparkle and Doha are on kind of different targets, and then Sparkle just get got. Okay, so that's what happens. That explains why the dive failed. Well, never mind. I'm sorry for doubting you, Dallas. I take back what I said about you. Top down view? Yeah, I got it. I like watching some leave pod when it happens, but I usually like watching overview because it gives you a better perspective of what is going on.
Hey. Wobble wobble, motherfucker.
Yo, Drama King Matt, thank you very much for the Prime Gaming sub. Welcome to the fam. Leave kind of fucks a lot of this map, yeah. So let's see what we do here. So we have Sparkle switch to Genji, which what else would you go? Okay, you're not gonna go Genji. Yeah, like, so let's say we hate Genji, right? What else do you go? The legs? I don't think legs is good. I don't think Hanzo is good. Tracer, he was Tracer, but Tracer's hard to get value against this comp. Maybe I don't hate the Genji as much as I think I do. Like, it seems like a throw, and I'm sure it's gonna feel like a throw, but it at least gives it, like, he can potentially just fuck. Far Mercy, but they're sort of stuck playing this Ana, because they want to play the Ana Winston here. Ah, no, Echo is definitely the play. No, you're right, that is the answer. Yeah, Sparkle should have just played Echo. Why isn't he playing Echo? Echo would be really good here. Well, Echo is the pick. I'm glad we all came to the conclusion. Echo is just better. Yeah, Echo is just straight up better than Genji. I forgot about Echo. Everything else I'm not as sold on, but yeah, Echo is definitely the play here. Like, the whole point of why I don't hate this Genji is if you're gonna nano Winston in and you're gonna... Wait, why does Fearless Primal off the bat? If you're gonna just nano... If you're gonna Genji Brawl, like, I don't hate it. So I'm gonna go overview so I see what happens here. So they're gonna nano Fearless in. Good nano. Why does he insta Primal? I don't really like that insta Primal by Fearless. He kind of drops it as well. But yeah, the point of the thing is, like, the Genji can dash back. Oh, he just dashed into a dragon. Leave be fucking. Yeah, I think he thought he could kill them in the corner very fast. I agree. I think that's his reasoning, but I think it ended up wasting the... Yeah, I think he thought he could get more value faster, but because he dropped it, like, the nano all of a sudden becomes thing. And you can tell that Dallas just don't know what to go. And the brawl switch here is... I don't hate the brawl switch. I don't love the brawl switch either, right? And the issue becomes is no ults were forced out of them, right? They didn't force anything. They have the blizzard. They have the fuck, I just bent my toe. They have the bongo as well, and Leeve's gonna get another dragon. How does Leeve almost have another dragon? Sir? Please. And they're just gonna have so many ults to deal with this. pulse bomb to toe. You know when you're like, one of your little toes gets like pushed up against the corner of something and then it just like pushes inwards except for everything else? That's what just happened. That was Gaga, that was awful. I can understand why he thought they were coming, but yeah, that was not very good.
The dragon awakens.
Revenge for watching the map. Zoning bongo, yeah. This play was actually insane. Like, I actually think the Fuel win this, and it's not even close. If they get this, if they get through this TP, I think these guys are dead. These two just die. It's fucking over, and I just think that's the ball game right there. But that Hanzo kill instantly on the TP was so ready that it literally just ruins everything. The EMP all of a sudden becomes completely invalid because nobody can follow up. I like how Monk was hiding, and then they get the top tier flux. I hate how they used every single ult that they had. It's enormous, but yeah, I don't think they needed that coming out of the flux.
60 seconds remaining.
But they drop all their ults.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
I feel like Hanbin should have been with Doha, but he can't get to the teleporter, right? Like, Hanbin can't get that close to Doha. Like, he can't close that distance. So now they go Mei. So they only have a Diva Bomb, maybe a window. And, like, the Hunters have the potential of just window dragon first. Like, as soon as Dallas steps up, you just use dragon window, and then it's, like, really hard for Fuel to get value. I think if you're Hanbin, you have to just throw the Diva Bomb. As soon as they use the window, you have to throw the Diva Bomb through it.
30 seconds.
Like, Matrix as much of it as you can. Oh, actually just run around it that way. Oh, dude, Hunters just feel like they're botching this. Like, Hunters are really trying their hardest to throw this. Like, they throw the window on the right side and the dragon just in anticipation, and they just... Oh, and then Hanbin, what is happening? Hanbin just lobs it into the air. What? That was awful. Those are 3 terrible ultimates. Jexay just goes down. And then from there, it's just hard, right? The wall is a big deal. They need to kill Sparkle. Someone kill Sparkle, please. Yeah, there he goes. Oh, he got halted? Oh, did Hanbin's Diva Bomb get halted? Ah. Yeah, some questionable ultimates. Don't worry, problem solved. Here we go. That might be the worst rollout I've ever seen from a Soldier 76.
I will not be defeated so easily. We're all
I'm on fire. Well, you know what. Goodbye.
Complete. Round 1. 0-0.
That's my legs. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. To be fair, he's a brand new DLC character, true. It was kind of clean. Well, it was just unnecessary. You don't go faster when you do the rocket jump.
With every day.
He's just going to come back with less health. He's probably going to get the health pack on his way through. That's literally going to slow him down, so he literally doesn't gain any time.
Attackers incoming.
I have no time for such frivolous pursuits.
Hello there. Greetings.
Alright, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
But it looked cool, and that's what matters. True, honestly. Hey, bud. Come on. Oh. Oh. Jimmo and Doha touched each other while invisible. A tentacle. Not quite. So they're getting into the room. They're playing the McCree Sombra. I actually kind of like it. I think it's kind of clean. Taking the space.
contact. I'm taking damage.
Defense matrix activated.
Enemy contact.
That was sick. That was sick. The timing of that and like the recognition, it kind of goes back to like the one we talked about with fucking Yaki went for with the pulse bomb on like the recognition of the recoil was actually sick. Yeah, and then Fearless just gets splashed. Oh god, Fearless is so sorry. Leave is so flexible and handsome. Leave might be one of my favorite DPS players in the league. He might actually be my favorite DPS player in the league. Just like in terms of like, he just fucking does it all on every single hero. He's actually so good. He just plays everything and just makes it look good. Relevant. Wow, yeah. EMP. We're fucking. Jimmy stock falling. Dude, Jimmy is like the Dogecoin of the Overwatch League. You know what I mean? Everyone's hyping him up because everyone just wants to believe in Jimmy and everyone just wants to make a quick buck. But really, fucking, it's not as good as everyone hopes it would be. It's just okay. Everyone's making a little bit of money, but really it's just the people who are just fucking with everyone else. Jimmy to the moon.
Victory.
Because Dallas beat Shanghai, is NA Overwatch best in the world right now? I think NA is better than APAC, the East right now. I think NA is better than the East. Doubting Dogecoin. All right, this is from 2018 when Canada got hard fucked by China. This is the first time we saw Leave just absolutely pound. So it's cool to see him doing it in the league now. Still relevant today. Okay, Leave, fuck off. Yeah, but like, as much, you know, I think it's funny that we say NA is really good, but it is still, it's just like the Korean teams that we have in the league. Like, I think NA just has, not even just the fact that Fuel won, it's like we have Dallas Fuel, San Francisco Shock, Washington Justice, LA Gladiators, Mayhem, and Outlaws. Like, we have 6 really fucking good teams in NA right now, right? They're all, like, all of them, I think, could have been competitive in this tournament. While if you go to the East, like, you got Chengdu, Shanghai, Philly, Seoul, depending on the week. And that's it. Yeah, Glads, I can understand. If you guys want to take Glads out of there and say 5, it's fine. I believe in Glads, but I understand why people... Yeah, like, obviously APAC have less teams, but I just think NA has more talent. In terms of, like, really good teams. Like, obviously we got some... Maybe it's the reason that... The reason we think East is bad is because they... Like, East also has, like, Guangzhou and, like, Valiant. And it just... Like, they've never had the Bostons of the East, you know? They've never had that team where everyone's like, yeah, they're not gonna win and we're not gonna watch their games. Like, they haven't really had that before. Well, now they do. They kind of have two of those with Guangzhou and Valiant, so... Well, I actually think London and Paris and, like, Vancouver, I think there's some upside to those teams. And I'm actually... Like, I think all 3 of those teams had an awful opening tournament. But I'm hoping that we're going to see a little bit more fight from those guys, you know, further down the line. Yeah, as I said, the players in NA, like the teams that I mentioned, like 80% of those players are Korean. I'm not saying that when we're talking East versus West, I'm literally not talking about race. We're literally just talking about teams. And that's the important thing to take note of. Rachel, thank you for the 2-month Prime sub. Isn't there another map? There is another map. Yes, we are going. We do need to watch Dallas win. Still saying Liege plus Shy to Chengdu and we've got potentially a super team. Legitimately. If you put Shy and Liege on Chengdu, holy fucking diggity damn, I am becoming a Chengdu fan. Can you imagine this team with Shy and Liege? It just like, I would lose it. It would be so good. Like, for me, the biggest weaknesses of Chengdu right now is Jimmy and Elsa. I would say are my two biggest concerns. Like, as I said, Jimmy had some good moments in these tournaments. And Elsa, as I said, I think he's improved a ton. Like, I talked about him in the preseason. I think he's improved a ton. And you need to give him credit for that. He's actually playing quite well. But we're talking about Liege here. Someone who, like, is super hyped. Obviously, he unfortunately hasn't been playing due to some personal stuff. But, oh man, that would be so sick. What should we be watching out for Doa Sombra? The smartest thing about Doa Sombra is he charges EMPs pretty solidly, but he gets really good individual hacks. On top of that, I think his EMPs are the best that we have in the business. Thank you very much, money. Close to Fitz. Shark play with 100 bits. Focus. I'm sorry. No more stalling. Is Liege? Yeah, Liege is on Hangzhou. He hasn't been playing under Bernard because he said that he's been having some personal stuff that he's dealing with. So we respect that, but unfortunately we haven't been able to see him really pop off like we were hoping. Alright. Jimmy. Have you noticed Slip's AMPs? He had some really good ones against Florida, but he had some absolute stinkers against Dallas in their earlier match. Yo, let's watch Nisha do something cool. Yeah, get him! Oh, he kind of whiffed that, but it's fine, got him. Mercy aim, a mega lol. Am I right, guys? Mercy's can't aim, right?
Goodbye.
To Liege gun, yeah, they're getting better. Jimmy Pop brings pain. And here, we're gonna watch Jimmy Pop again, okay, chat? Fucking hear me out, okay? Until people start agreeing with me, we are going to watch Jimmy Pop when we get Widowmaker on. And we're gonna talk about it, okay? I want to see how good this Jimmy Widow was, you know? I want him to prove me wrong. I want him to be like Shy. Just whip it out on the table. Oh! Okay. That's what I want to see, Jimmy. That's what I love to see. That shot was actually nuts. Okay. I see you, Jimmy. Oh, Nisha. Movement too clean, too cracked, too jacked. Oh, he backed. And gets the res. Oh! Nisha Mercy does things to me, dude. It's actually so good. Oh, good nano. Good dive. Here we go, Jimmy. Jimmy's time to shine. Here we go.
I need healing.
Pine would hit those shots. I sure hope he does.
No one can hide from my sight. Enemy seen. Apagando las luces.
Okay. Oh, nice shot. He has some good flicks. It feels like he doesn't get good consistent damage, you know?
Fire at will.
Oh, that would have been so sick if he hit that. Like, he's not getting enough value on the Widow right now. Like, he's not getting enough value to justify him being in on the Widow right now. Right? And so he switches to McCree. It's like my Widow, yeah. He, like, as I said, he hit a couple of good shots, but, like, for the most part... Isn't this where Doa hyper feeds? Maybe. I do remember something like that. Oh, actually, I remember getting tilted like crazy. Doa just, like, hard inting here. Doesn't he, like, hard... Oh, yeah. How does this happen? Because we... Why does he think he has a translocator?
Get started. Let's get started.
Alright, does he just think he has one? I just think he has one. He just thinks he does. He just thinks it's fine. Oh no. Doa, no. Doa. Doa, you don't have a translocator. Doa, no. Doa, careful. Careful. Doa, no. Doa, no. the panic. Invisibility. Oh god, I'm out of it. Help. That's so rough. Alright. What is going on in this room? Oh, I remember this. Dallas just hard staggers here. And then Doa EMPs in the room. I remember this. Doa EMPs in the room and only hits leave. We praise a lot of leave, but that was a bad one. They use the EMP, doesn't hit like anybody other than leave. But this just creates this massive stagger for them, and the card is pushing through all this as well, remember. So it's like they use their biggest ult, and they're just not getting it. Elsa lives to tell the tale in the room. Oh. Oh, good prediction. Do teams VOD review? Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you would VOD review your tournament wins. I think you'll probably do your losses, but I'm sure Dallas will probably like go back and look at their VOD and stuff like that. I think everyone agrees with you now. As I said, I'm not doing this to bully Jimmy. I legitimately want to keep watching to see if like I'm off the mark, because I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, and like Jimmy had some good moments in this, so I was kind of hoping that I'm kind of hoping that I can see it and I can start like slowly changing my mind, because Jimmy is an important part of this Chengdu Hunters team. Like, I don't want to just be like, Jimmy's bad. It's not the point of it. I'm not trying to meme Jimmy. I'm actually curious to see what he's doing. He has some really good shots. He just mixes it in with some really bad, like he just whiffs, like every now and then he just whiffs, like real bad. Okay. I mean, he wasn't even aiming at Fearless on that one. But like, that was pretty good. That was a good third point. Absolutely a good third point by Jimmy. That was good. Honestly, that was well played by a lot of the Hunters. Like, they just... I think what they did is they just managed to stop Dallas, right? Like, Dallas all of a sudden were just, like, always on the back foot. They didn't even get a defense on the second point. Same thing as third point, right? They were just staggering them and playing at such a high tempo and then taking the space very well. So, you do need to give Hunters the credit for that, but also Fuel kind of botched that a little bit. Sombrapov. No, we need to get... We've seen enough Doha. We're gonna watch a lot of Dallas. Like, the reason I'm not watching as much Dallas and that kind of stuff is we don't see a whole lot of Chengdu, so I kind of want to get a look at this. I think Jimmy pops here, unless this is against. I'm thinking against Florida. I think Jimmy plays well here, so I really want to see this as well. Oh, nice find. Oh, there it is. He has a very flicky style of aiming. Oh, there it is.
I need healing.
Down the shield, you coward. Yeah, time to get out of there, Jimmy. Oh, he almost hit that. Oh, nice shot. There we go. Oh my, dude, Jimmy is actually cracked. I feel like Jimmy does remind me of Pine. He really does. Even just his movement. It's not the smartest movement. It's not, but he just does some crazy shit and hit some crazy shots from time to time. If he can reel in his consistency, like get less nervous, like remove the nerves from his game and start doing this consistently, he will be fucking sick. He showed that he can hit the shots, but like shit like that, right, where he just like ends up in no man's land, like is sort of what I'm worried about him for. Doesn't jump shot as much as Pine, yeah, it's true. Alright, Jimmy goes over to Sombra. Are they gonna recontest this? Okay, to get the res on Monk. Someone wanted some Elsa pop. Let's go. No, okay. I think they tried to nano there as well. So now Dallas should have a pretty good run here. Cast the curse from the future. That's how powerful I am. It's funny you say Pine considering who they're playing against. Yeah, so. Alright, Jimmy. Keep making me believe in you, Jimmy. Keep making me believe. This is so well played by Dallas. This is just so well played by Dallas. Oh, until Fearless and Hanbin kind of fed there. I think Fearless got a little too greedy on this. I think if Fearless had just run from here, they both would have been fine. I don't know why Hanbin tries to remake there as well. Do you like seeing your old team? I don't really like. It's the same thing what like Fearless says about like playing like Paris Eternal or like your team. Like I don't relate to the Dallas Fuel anymore. It's not like any of my old teammates are on there. Like this is literally not the Dallas Fuel that I played on. So it's just a team name, and so not really. It's the same thing with the current Valiant. Like I literally feel no affiliation to the Valiant or anything like that. So you're right. Jimmy is like those. You doubted it and then it rocketed, and then I cried at my losses. Yeah, that's true. Honestly, that's a pretty good analogy right there. Okay, Jimmy. He's not really going for many headshots. He looks like a bit of a body shot bandit right now. Oh, okay, that's just unlucky. All corporate marketing, no humanity. Well, it's just like, no one's investing long-term in a player, right? You never know what's gonna happen in esports, right? Oh! Oh, he fucked that up. He should have held it. Still gets him. I have days at least his aim isn't as bad as high. Like, I think the point I'm getting to is Jimmy does have some good pop-off moments. He's fine. He's fine. Like, he's doing okay. I'm not, like, I don't think he's popping. Like, he's not the reason. I don't think he's the reason Chengdu is winning games and stuff like that. But he's fine. Like, he's helping. He's had some good moments. Sending this to Jimmy. You can send it to Jimmy, right? It's the same thing. I hope Jimmy pops off. I think Jimmy's such a funny name. I love the idea. Oh, that's a bit of a C9. But yeah, like, I want Jimmy to own. I just can't justifiably say it. And that's why I was very confused by the narrative that people like Jimmy's the fucking best. But I think it was, I thought there was some merit to it, but I'm just thinking it might have been a meme. Yeah, yeah, exactly. As soon as I say he's not doing anything, he just like farms. Yeah, I agree. I'd rather see Leave on the career as well. Oh, okay. Sparkle just gets dunked by Gaga. Jimmy vs. Jared be worth the price of admission? Yeah. I bet he'd who the Custa like Gangnam did it. Oh, he would almost certainly would. As I said, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm allowed my opinions just as much as they're allowed to ignore them. As I said, I hope Overwatch League players don't listen to this shit. Just pandering to the audience at this point, let's be honest. That's why I was surprised that Sparkle saw my shit. Why do people call him Gaga? What do you mean? The guy called Gaga? The Jimmy flank high noon. I remember this actually. He gets booped. And then still gets Doa. I was molding a Doa at this point. Doa, this was like one of those like moments where Doa just like can't seem to get anything done. But Jimmy's just so dead, yeah. A little too deep. Phyllis and Sparkle doing a good job. Oh wow, great timing by Sparkle. Literally the bubble dropped as it
Wait for it.
Jerry's been pretty solid on the McCree, yeah, this season. I don't think Jerry's been a problem on Washington. I think Decay and Assassin. Decay's been good, but he hasn't been living up to Decay standards. And I think Assassin's been really struggling so far this, except for when he plays on Doofus. Grav EMP. It's worth it if you get the kills, which they do.
The payload is approaching its destination. 60 seconds remaining.
That's an enormous nade onto Nisha though, by the way. Like, it's pretty hard to kill everyone if they don't get that there, but I thought this was gonna save it for him, by the way. Look at this. God 9 God. Oh my god. I thought this was gonna turn it. I was actually a little worried. Nano on the Zaya. Very good Nano target in that situation. Harmon just murders everyone. We need an AL team, an Australian team in AL. Wait, where's this at? I can't see the whole.
3.
We need an Australian team in AL. How about the Sydney Snakes? Yeah. I will say they almost got an expansion team. Yeah, I think there was rumors and there was definitely some. I think there was like, Australia had a bid for it, but I think it ended up going to another Chinese team. I don't know like too much of the intricate details of it, but I do remember hearing rumblings back in like 2019 that there was potential to be an Australian team. I don't know how much of it would have been Australian players, but it would have been an Australian, like, it would have been called something like that, right? Sydney. Dallas clutch, yeah. I feel like the Dallas secret sauce is that they're in the most objective, conscious team fighters in the league. Their stalls and stagger fights are always insane, and they constantly send their flankers to point in early in play loop. I think they play it smarter than any other team. I think the synergy between Fearless, Doha, and Sparkle is like some of the best that they have in the league. And I feel like their ult tracking, their ult communication, and the way they do things is very impressive. And that's why like even the map that we just saw last map, where on Blizzard World, when they fucked up a bunch of their ults, they were forced errors. Like, they weren't just like, oh, if Dallas, like, not like the Hunters, right? Where they were just like throwing away ults. Dallas, like, generally pretty good with that stuff. And that's what I think made them the best team in the main melee. If an Oz team does start up, give them my number, please. Hey, I got you, Walker. Hey, would you like to see more? Our teams, no. I don't think we should have more franchises in our. If anything, I would prefer to see franchises changed, right? Like, if you have Boston Uprising, who isn't willing to spend, obviously this season is not a thing, but like, oh, let's go Valiant, right? If you have a team like the Valiant, who obviously doesn't want their spot anymore, I would prefer to see that changed into like, what if we turn the LA Valiant, we'll use the same example, into the Chicagoers, right? You open up a new avenue, you open up a new area, or even go somewhere else, right? Let's get a South American team, let's get an Australian team, like all that kind of stuff. I'd rather see them change other franchises that don't want to be in the league anymore, or in cities that aren't as represented to other ones. Jexay was talked up for ult tracking, yeah, and like that's the kind of stuff we don't see, right? Of like people who do great ult tracking. You think that'll make me GM? Of course. Dallas doing a good job taking the space. Fearless living on the edge. All right, Jimmy Widow, round 19. South American Overwatch is not it, and that's it. Like, I'm just sort of talking about other regions, right? Even even Australia is like, it'd be awesome, but the question is, would it get as much popularity as it needs it to, right? I think it might. Like, esports in Australia, I think, does pretty well for like how disconnected the region is from the rest of the world. Alright, Jimmy. Jimmy, come alive. Okay. Getting good damage in right now. See Sparkle coming. Sparkle. Come on.
Oh, did that sting?
Nice. Yo, nice. 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 Good Jimmy play. He stayed alive and he did a lot of work. Like, he got the brig, but he did a lot of damage. But I think by far the most important thing is that he stayed alive, right? He literally, like, he didn't overcommit to try and hit the shots. He literally played it smart, tempered, and then like hit the shots he needed to hit. Like, even if some of them were body shots and he didn't kill like 9, he did exactly what his job was. So that was well played by Jimmy. Like, without Jimmy, like, if Jimmy dies on that first dive to like Sparkle or some shit because he decides to stay there, it's a completely different fight. Any idea when this is going to YouTube? Probably tomorrow morning. I'll probably upload the one I just did tonight as soon as I'm done with stream, and I'll probably upload this one for tomorrow morning, so.
Ready for battle.
Fearless having to jump again to get a 700 HP window. Yeah, and that's it. Like, just, he forced so many of the Winston jumps and didn't die to them, right? If you can force any resources, that's worth it as a Widow, right? Just staying alive is more impactful, the fear of the Widow, right?
5, 4, 3.
The movement, yeah, that movement was pretty good. Very shy-like, I agree. Alright, so let's see how we do this.
Payload.
Yeah, it looks nice there. Thank you. I appreciate that. What days do you stream? I'll be streaming from Monday. I might do Monday to Friday. I'm definitely taking Sunday off. I might take Saturday off. We'll see. But usually Monday to Friday. But when Al is on, like, I don't usually stream on our days. So usually like 3 to 4 days a week. Usually 4. Dallas does get kind of bopped there. I don't know why they went for this. Yeah, join Discord. Yeah, if you guys want to get updates on when I'm streaming and stuff like that in my Discord, I will put in my Discord if I'm not going to stream a day that I would likely stream, right? Dallas. So Chengdu goes forward, and I think Fielder gets isolated. Like, backing into the room gets himself isolated, especially with that nade. So I don't think he knew Monk was up there or something like that, but that just gets him owned. Games you already reviewed. We just watched Shanghai vs Florida. So that's the other game that we've watched. But we'll be making our way through them through the week. And if you miss them, I will be putting them on YouTube. So. That's a good bonk onto Elsa. Doesn't really do much because he didn't get knocked all the way down, but. Oh, how does Fielder hit a nade onto fucking Jimmy?
Take your medicine.
Yes. Look at that coordination on the dive as well. Before the nade even hit, they called it. That means that they have to be communicating at least a couple of seconds in advance that is what they're about to do. For them to already be jumping when the nade is on the way. And it hits, and then just Jimmy instantly dies. That's what makes Dallas feel the best team in the league. Like, just the synergy of that dive, just in itself, highlights how good they are. Like, any Winston can dive up there. Any Tracer can dive up there at any point. The best teams in the world are the ones that coordinate it together and, like, isolate it. Because it's so easy to look like a shit Winston. And this needs to be applied to a lot of other things as well. It's so easy for a lot of people to be like, this Winston is shit. Let's use it to the space example. This D.Va is shit and stuff like that. If your team isn't coordinating and communicating effectively, then it's impossible. Like, you're literally impossible to do your job because it's such a heavy team game. You need to be working in sync. And that is what has put Dallas above everyone else. Just the way that they work in conjunction with each other. I hate this Gaga dive. Literally on the exact same reason. Let's go back, right? So Gaga's on the point. His whole team gets isolated, and this is just on the fact of the comp that they're playing, right? He doesn't have a Tracer or a Sombra. How is Gaga expected to do anything with this primal or this dive against the backline of Fielder Jexay? He's gonna primal. Oh, okay, well, he got value out of it. How does Jexay not heal him? But I guess that makes my point redundant. But the point still stands. Is Gaga has to do these things completely alone, and he has to commit too much, right? He ends up getting killed and taken down because of that, and Fearless goes ham. It's very hard to be effective if you don't have other people following you up and getting the value. But you're making this very hard. Hanbin does get his D.Va mech forced out at the last second, but... Alright, now we're in final match territory. I think I remember watching this. Actually, no, this was last time though. Was it another time where they just absolutely botched the grab? What happens here? So there's a nade onto the Winston. It's gonna apply a lot of pressure to Gaga. Oh, he dies for it. Gaga, no! He has his bubble here. Gaga greeted this so hard. He didn't realize his bubble fell. Oh, no. Shit. And then a great aggressive EMP. Look at that EMP. Woo-wee. I remember seeing this actually on broadcast. Look at this EMP. This is how you EMP, baby. Lip, get your pen out. You wait. You go for the coordination, but then also, look at how fast everybody is here. Fearless is already jumping. Hanbin's already flying in. Sparkle's already isolated Gaga. Boom, bing, bang, boom, bang. Bob. Fight's over before they even get the value out of their grab. Now we have Elsa who just has to yeet a grab onto the thing, but it can't do anything. That's That's how you play dive, baby. And that's what makes Dallas feel the best in the world.
Victory.
Big plays by Dallas. Yeah, Chengdu definitely, I think, were the weakest team. I think at this four match. Obviously, we'll watch them play Florida tomorrow or at some point. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think that's a great look at the masterclass of the Dallas Fuel dive. We're gonna see it more and in different forms because I think the game evolved as we went further into the weekend. Right? Obviously, there we didn't. We're starting to see a lot of Adoa Sombra, and I think they start adopting that a whole lot more as they go further into the tournament. So Chengdu, as I said, Jimmy's okay. Jimmy's fine. I'm probably not going to talk about Jimmy too much more. I think that was the best that he pops off in this tournament, but you can start to see like Jimmy has some glimpses of greatness, and that is what is good for Chengdu Hunters. I don't think Jimmy's the best that we have in the league, but I think he's holding his own. And he's a smart player. There is some weird shit going on with like Elsa. Dude, what is up with these bots coming out of nowhere, bro? And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Hunters as time goes on. Like the Elsa, Orisa, some interesting choices with some of their comps from time to time. Gaga, I think, looks way more comfortable on the Wrecking Ball than he does the Winston. So, yeah. We'll see. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Love you all.